back. It's time for Owning Your Outdoors, and Doug Schroeder from Lewis is here with me again. And Doug, this morning we've got all kinds of great plants that thrive in the sun, and these are perennials, right?
Yes. Good morning, Sean. I thought we'd talk today about some different options for sun perennials. There are so many of them out there, and a lot of them people just don't use.
And sun perennials, these are the ones that need all-day, full-on sunshine, right?
They need at least 6 hours of sun for them
Okay.
to survive. The first one I wanted to talk about today was coneflower. There's multiple different colors that you can get in coneflower, and different sizes also.
Next, I have a lot of these, and I tell you what, I've got to get to splitting some of them, but these are really cool too, and they're very popular.
Yes, daylilies. You go through the city, and with ornamental grasses, daylilies are probably the most popular perennials there are out there. The reason for it is they're very low maintenance. They'll grow anywhere and take very little care.
And these, and most of these will actually flower all summer long, right?
Yes, most perennials take deadheading. As long as you cut the flower back after the bloom is spent, it will rebloom. So the time you put into it, you'll get more blooming time out of your perennials.
So now what about these? These aren't flowering. Will they flower?
They will flower in late summer, early fall, and usually have a cluster type flower to them. The sedums do.
Okay. How about this? These are actually what are these? You were telling me these were a native?
They are actually a prairie native. It's called Coreopsis, and probably not the hybrid out front there with the white flower, but the yellow flower, yes, is a native of the prairie here.
Now, these are a bit different. Those are, well, some of those at least get a little more bushy, but this is a whole different structure.
Blanket flower. This one's a little bit taller. There are different heights in them. Big variety of different color combinations. There are some that are almost completely red, some that are almost all yellow. So a lot of different colors with those. Black-eyed Susan, I think everybody's familiar with black-eyed Susans. They have a very daisy-looking flower to them. They bloom summer through the fall, and probably a little bit later here in the summer.
How about these? Now, these are shorter, and is bushy a good?
Bushy is a great term to use with these. Dianthus, they're ground cover. They different flowers that you can get on them. What I like about them is the texture of the foliage too. It's very fine, almost grass-like.
And last but not least,
Meadow sage. I love meadow sage to use in landscapes. It's a great supporting cast to a lot of different shrubs and perennials. Comes in a vast variety of colors, purple, blue, pink. And then alongside it here, I also put some Russian sage. Russian sage has a little bit more fine texture to it and usually kind of a lavender blue color.
talk a little bit about the maintenance that you need to do for some of these. Is this something that you would just lop off at the end of fall and start from scratch again in the spring?
Most of them, yes, you can cut back in the fall. A lot of people will leave them throughout the winter and cut them back in the spring. I prefer to cut mine back in the fall. They'll come up from the ground usually, so your perennials, they're not going to rebloom from the existing foliage that they had this year. Make sure that you're planning on giving them space to mature, and also give them some care the first year or two. You cut back the flowers so you get some more joy of them reblooming later in the year, and get them a good start so that they'll be in your landscape for years to come.
Thanks again, Doug.
Thanks, Don.
Of course, you can always get more at ksfy.com. Just click on the morning show page. You can find the Owning Your Outdoors link right there. We're going to take a break. Fastcast is next.